All right, guys, on today's episode, we are really diving into how you can make, even more specifically, 5 things you can do to make your eBay business more successful.
So we want to dive into a couple different tips, a couple different aspects of your business that you can do and tweak to help increase your eBay business, increase your sales. So let's go ahead and dive in.
Let's dive in. Number 1.
So number 1 that we want to talk about is knowing what your time is worth. So this is kind of a broader topic, I guess, but you have to know what your time is worth so that you know that you're not spending all of this time for little to no profit, little to no money that you're making. So it's very important.
Absolutely. So definitely take a reflection or just notice what you're selling right now and figure out what are you actually making an hour. Are you selling $45 items that you're paying $15, $20 for? And then after you're picturing the items, getting them listed, fulfillment, selling the items, getting them to the post office, how much money are you really making an hour? Is it one of those things that you're actually not making that much money an hour? Know exactly what you're worth. Know what it's worth it for you to find those items and sell and know what you have to get on your profit so your hourly rate goes up. So that's the biggest thing, is really getting efficient with your business to make money.
I want to add too on the efficiency part of it is we did an interview with Dalton Lanning a couple, I don't know what episode it was. We'll have to check it. We'll put it in the show notes. And we had him at the Reseller Summit last year. And it was really interesting that he went from doing all of these different kinds of items and scaled all the way down to a niche of just shoes because he could he could do it, streamline all the pictures, streamline all the listings, and do everything so much faster. So he spent a lot less time. It was a lot less time consuming, and he could make a lot more money because he streamlined that. So if you can create a system in your business where you're spending less time, or you just streamline everything. So I know exactly how I'm taking my pictures. I know exactly how I'm doing my listings.
The boxes. He only had 4 boxes to choose from for all of his shoes.
So it just helped him a lot to increase his profits because he is decreasing his time. So or time spent. So his hourly rate went up a lot when he can increase his productivity. So it's just a different aspect of that. So definitely know your time though, because we get people a lot of times, say, well, I found this at a yard sale for $5. I can sell it for $10. Is it worth it? And it's like, is that really worth your time to,
no, by the time it's all said and done, eBay fees, time spent, shipping, time spent listing and all that, no, you have to really know what you're worth, and that is not enough profit on one single item. For you, you're really going into debt, I would say, with your time on those items. You can definitely do them, but the problem is you're not getting paid what you're worth. So know what you're worth and definitely find those items that really give you some profit.
Now, there is a time in your business when that those can be very helpful, and that is when you're starting out. Like if you're trying to grow your feedback, if you're trying to get your business off the ground and you just need more items, more sales, get that feedback up, and learn from making mistakes or whatever, get those things listed. Those are fine to start with. But once you kind of have a baseline, you've grown your feedback to at least like 50 and you're getting going, you kind of have to start to evaluate, are these items really worth it? Is it worth my time to make $5? So
absolutely. Cool.
So that's number 1.
Let's jump into number 2.
Number 2 is to make sure that your items, you're competitive in your pricing and in your shipping.
Yep, this is huge, guys. You can't put an item on there for $50 more than everybody else who is listing the same exact item. You have to be competitive to be able to sell that item. So you want to be competitive, you want to do the research, you want to see what's available right now actively on the market, and you want to see what has sold so you have a good idea of where to price your item. So you definitely want to be competitive with that price, and shipping as well. You either offer free shipping or you're competitive with the shipping rate. The biggest thing is making sure your price is competitive, whether you do free shipping or you're charging a flat rate for shipping. You want to be competitive so your item is more appealing than anybody else out there. You want to try to make that item stick out in some way or another.
I will add that if you are an established seller, sometimes you can, like if there's a range of comps, you can ask a little bit higher on that range if you have a lot of feedback and you have 100% positive feedback versus somebody who is starting out and has no feedback. You're going to have to start on the lower end of those comps because you don't want to just look at comps and automatically assume, okay, I have to be competitive, so I have to be the lowest. That's not necessarily true. If you have to look at the condition of your item and your feedback and your what you have in your store, so you can start to price a little bit on the higher end. Now, if you're you're just here to turn it and go, like, which is fine too, you can do on the lower end. But some items also take a specific buyer, so it's not, the pricing isn't, like being on the lower high doesn't really matter that much.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't help. So, but being competitive and looking at that, and if you do have an item that's sitting there for a long time, maybe the comps have changed that since you listed it months ago. So double checking that every once in a while is a good idea.
Yep.
So.
Great. Number 3.
Number 3, answering questions quickly and good customer service.
So this is very important. eBay likes it when you're on platform. They like you to be listing every day if you can. They like all that stuff when you're on platform and they see you on platform. One of the biggest things is when you start to get questions coming in on your items that you have, because when you have items listed, everybody, starts asking questions. Answer those questions as quick as you possibly can. eBay wants to see that you're very active and that you're getting back in a timely manner as quick as possible so people can make that decision. When people are emailing you a question, they're ready to make a decision if they're going to buy it or not. So it depends on, I used to wait a day or two. I wouldn't respond right back to somebody. I would wait until I had time or something like that. Now when I see a question come in, I'm really responding back within 5 minutes, trying to, because it's on my phone, I get the notification, trying to drum up as much business as I can that way. So be very prompt with your responses to people who are interested in your items, and it will help you sell more items.
Yeah, which actually goes into number 4 is good customer service. So that goes into being prompt and good with your messaging, but also good customer service on the back end of stuff. If something happens and people have questions, or something's damaged in shipping and they need to maybe do a shipping claim, just having that good communication for one.
That's the biggest thing, good communication.
And good customer service, and just being prompt to talk to people and handling anything that happens, because it's a business. Things will happen, but most of the time it's straightforward. Somebody buys the item, you ship it out, they get the item, it's good. Yeah. Every once in a while, it's not. So just having that good customer service can really set you apart. You don't want to be, what would be the word that I'm looking for? You want to make sure that you're handling any problems that come, and
not just problems, but even throughout the transaction. Once you get the item shipped. For us, we do freight shipping. Our freight shipping is not, it's trackable through eBay, but it's not a great system. So just reaching out once it's shipped and say, hey, the item went out today. It's expected delivery, because my freight carrier tells me when it's expected to be delivered. Hey,
and you have to upload the tracking separately.
Exactly. And my freight carrier is estimating it being delivered on this date. Here's how you track it. Here's the pro number, the tracking number, all that stuff. You give them that, and you give them explanations throughout the process. Don't just, they buy the item and no communication whatsoever. Have good communication back and forth with them, so it's a pleasant transaction where they're enjoying the transaction. You're keeping them up to date. If anything does happen throughout that transaction, you're on top of it, and you know what I mean. You have great communication, and it's great customer service throughout the whole sale. So definitely, eBay loves that as well. They're seeing the messaging going back and forth and seeing your interaction. So I guarantee the algorithms will favor that as well.
Yeah. I was thinking about something before you jumped into number 5. Something I wanted to say about the competitive pricing and shipping.
Oh, cool.
Competitive shipping, like we didn't really talk about that. Like you can play around with going back and forth with free shipping as long as it's built into your price, or added shipping. We go back and forth because you do a lot of free shipping and we build it into our price. But then sometimes some people want to see the lower price plus shipping. So
they expect to pay shipping.
They expect to pay shipping. So it's we still go back and forth and we test it. And there's you can always test and see what works for your items. But checking that out and seeing what works for the kinds of items you're selling, your audience, but going back and forth, free shipping.
So I'll break that down a little further, like Melissa's saying, switching this up. Say we have an item that's on eBay for $5,000. And I offer free shipping on that item. So $5,000, I have shipping included in this. This is going to go a pallet. I know it's roughly going to cost me between $200 and $250 for it. Now, I might want to lower that price, say $500, and I might add the $500 into shipping. So when people are searching, they'll see that. I know for me, $500, I'll easily be able to ship anything pallet anywhere in the country that I need to, covering my shipping quote and my shipping supplies. So I can do that. I can take it and put it for $4,500, and then I can do a $4.99 shipping and add it so it looks like the overall price is less, but the buyer is actually paying extra for shipping. So just kind of breaking it down, what Melissa was saying. So you lower the price, the overall price, to where it looks more appealing to the buyer. They're looking like they're paying less for it, and then the shipping's on the back end, which adds it on once they buy it. So it's one of those things. And we go back and forth with this. Sometimes I'll do it and I'll put the shipping in as a flat rate for $4.99, $2.99, $3.99, whatever I want to do. And sometimes I'll add it into it and I'll raise the price of it and do free shipping, because everybody's different how their mind works. What looks more appealing to somebody might not look appealing to somebody else. So you want to switch it up and you want to really experiment with that to find out the best way to go with it. So
All right,
And
number
then jump back
five.
to number 3. But now we jump back over to number 5, the
Sorry.
5th way that you can actually build that successful eBay business.
This is the most important, really, I feel like. And it's take action, and take massive action, but take action. Get moving. Do things in your business. I know, like, that kind of sounds okay, of course. Like, let me just go take action in my business. But it's
Do
true.
things that make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Do things that make you uncomfortable that are going to push you to the next level. If you want to grow anything, if you want to be successful at anything, you really have to get out of your comfort zone to see the results. And you're going to make mistakes, guys. Check it out. Melissa and I have made plenty of mistakes through our 20-some years in this business, but we learn from the mistakes and we get better and better and better. That's our goal with this business.
I would say you actually learn more from when something happens to you versus just hearing it from somebody. Like, if you actually have, I don't know, anything that happens in your business and you made a mistake, like you sent the wrong label to the wrong person or the wrong item to the wrong person, you check your labels a lot closer the next time and it's a lot less likely to happen.
Absolutely.
Versus, so those mistakes, they just make you better in business. They make you, learn from them. But also, a lot of people that we hear from, they're afraid to list that first item on eBay. Like, it's just the whole analysis paralysis. So I got to know all the things. I got to know what could happen, what would happen in this scenario. And it's just better just to go and do it. Like, it's better to learn by doing.
Absolutely.
So take action.
Take massive action, guys. That is our
Number 5.
That's it, our number 5, and our one that we want to leave you with is definitely get out there, do it. You're not going to get any results if you don't do anything. You have to step out of your comfort zone and get there. So what if you want to learn more about this eBay business? We definitely have something that we can send you to.
Yeah, check out freeflippingworkshop.com. So you can check out that. We have a workshop to see if this business and our business model is something that could work for you. You can check it out, and we would love to see you there.
You guys rock. Have an amazing day, and we will catch you on the next episode.